What is up, everybody? This is Jesse here with JLSComics. Welcome back to this channel. Today I'm going to do a contest update and do a couple of contest entries myself, so stay tuned. So it seems like an appropriate time to give you an update on that. If you haven't checked it out, go look. I have a playlist for the 250 subs contest on my homepage here on YouTube. So check that out and you can see how to enter. And go check out also my long box haul. I have some of the books that are going to be prizes in that, so you can see some of those. But also get some really great surprises to enter in there as well. So you can expect that in the box for whoever wins the prize. So I'm looking forward to some more entries. But so far the entries I have are Mr. Steve Watson, Ray Jr., Wonky Ninja, Eddie the Comic Guy, Marky316, Emsky361, Life in the Dark, Jimmy C, Mercy's Little Show, Rob Wise Guy 82. I also have XX Super T XX. I also have Whodat Comics and Comic Book Junkie. If I missed you, let me know, and I'll definitely in my next update include your name in that, and I'll write them out as well. But all these people have really fantastic content on their channels. They're all really great people, as evidenced by them entering my contest. So I really appreciate that to all of you. Shout outs, and go give them a like and a sub and some views. I'm sure they will appreciate it, and I will appreciate it as well. Alright, so the first contest that I'm going to enter is for Eddie the Comic Guy. He asked for the favorite Batman story, and it's kind of going to tie into something I'm going to say for the next person whose contest I'm entering as well. But he asked for favorite Batman story. So I'm going to go with a sort of obvious choice. You may have guessed it by what is over my shoulder there on my left. I guess you're right. And that is going to be Nightfall. It's a 1920, wait, 1920, 21, officially 19, but unofficially 21 part story, okay? And this has some, it's maybe not the best Batman story, but it's one of those from, quintessential 90s stories. I have the entire thing here. So I'll run through the covers really quick as I'm talking. But I remember, trying to collect all these with the numbers when I was, younger, early to mid 90s when this came out. And it was just so much fun, picking up the covers, going to my shop and looking for them, and, not being able to get every one as they came out, but, going back and had the numbers on the top, so it was easy to, remember which ones were, that I needed. So it was fun. It was part of my first collection that I had. And because of that and the memories of, the going out and hunting for them and looking, and that aha moment when you found one and how cool that was, to get them. Just because of that, and it's sort of, I guess, sentimental in that way, that it has become my favorite Batman story. So that is my official entry for Eddie the Comic Guy. Alright, so we got 18 right there. We got 19. This is issue number 500, and that's Azrael there, kind of getting some revenge. Now, unofficially, there are 3 parts. There was sort of a denouement to the story from Shadow of the Bat, 16, 17, and 18. It does say Nightfall on the top, okay? And it was sort of like a tie-in story. Here's issue 17. Very cool artwork here on these. And this, after this was Night Quest and Night's End. And the story ran for probably this one ran for like a year, and the others, it was like a couple year long story. But this Nightfall, see on the top there, it came before Night Quest and Night's End, so it was part of that Nightfall run. So that is it. And this is number 1 here, of course. They have this, and believe it or not, there are some variants for this, where all on the top, just like this one, it's platinum. So if you look up Nightfall Platinum variants, you'll see, because some of these see different colors on the top. Here's a green one, right? And then there's a blue one. But on the Platinum variants, this purple one too, on the Platinum variants, it's all platinum on the top. So a little extra thing to look for there if you are so inclined. Now I gotta put these back in order just because that's, okay, there we go. So there we go, there's that. Okay, so the next person I'm going to enter the contest for is, oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, it's for RememberPorkins, Claude. And again, another great channel, great YouTuber. All these people are just really nice, and from, I know these people just through the video, through YouTube, but it really seems, I'm a pretty good judge of character. These seem like genuinely nice, good people. So I really enjoy their channels, and I support them 100%. Anybody who is nice like that can't not be behind them, right? So RememberPorkins, he asked for a couple things, obviously to be subbed. Everybody asked for that sub and everything, 18 and over, which a little over that now. But favorite memory involving comic books. I think my favorite memory is when I was younger. I remember, some Christmases I would get, lots of presents and stuff. And there was one year where I got a bunch of comics. My aunt had come over, who I didn't see very much, and she got me some comics too, like some grab bags and some things that I had asked for, and my parents as well. And it was the same year that I got this really cool pellet gun from my dad. And I just remember that very vividly. We had like a cabinet that had all the components for the audio and visual system that we had for the living room and the TV, and he had it hidden behind there, and it was kind of like, I remember him getting it out, and it was like, what is this? And it was just really cool. It was an awesome Christmas, and part of that memory is not just the pellet gun, but the rest of the presents, and a lot of that was the comic books, and I got some of the Marvel cards that year too. So because of that, near and dear to my heart, my dad's no longer with us or with me, so that I'm gonna say 100%. That's my favorite memory there. How do you prefer to read books? Comic books was his second question. It depends on whether it's a comic book or anime. Usually I go from left to right. If it's anime, I'll start at the back and go right to left. No, that's not what he meant. When I'm reading, I need my zone, I need my focus. So I like to sit at the table or sit outside or just sit somewhere and just really envelop myself in the story and the art. I don't like to be disturbed. So I guess that wherever I'm sitting, as long as I can be uninterrupted with that, that's how I prefer to read it. So there you go. Sometimes I do, and I've heard some other people say, I think Biggie said this once, he likes to get them like stacked up a little bit so he can read through a few at a time. That's one of the benefits of the trade paperbacks, is you can read through that whole story arc all at once. And sometimes with the floppies, with the single books, you can't necessarily do that. So sometimes getting them stacked up a little bit so you can read through. And again, as long as I'm in that zone. So the next question was a fun one. It was number 3, Batman. Who would win in a fight? Would it be Batman or the X-Men? And I chose Batman. There's been a lot of different X-Men teams, the good guys, or you got, the ones led by Magneto, for example. Batman, he can defeat Superman. He always has a contingency plan. He's super smart. He plans ahead. He can plan for things like, Magneto with his metal. So Batman would come out with some like plastic polymer suit that he couldn't defeat, things like that. So Batman would plan ahead. And he has the resources and the materials and the funding to kind of build whatever he wanted to sort of counter whatever the X-Men could throw at him. So, and again, Batman can beat Superman. So I think he could also beat the X-Men. Now, they wouldn't be easy. Don't get me wrong there. He'd give him a good run for his money, but he would come up victorious in the end. So that's my answer for question number 3. I almost said issue number 3. Question number 4, AT-AT. What does AT-AT stand for? It's one of the mechanized transports from Star Wars, if you don't know. But it stands for AT&T, Automatic Telephone and Telegraph, right? No, that's AT&T, the company. It's all-terrain armored transport. So those are very cool. There's some different ones too. I gotta kind of read up on some of those because it's very interesting. Also interesting, you should look up what the sound effects were for the TIE fighters they used elephant sound and something else to combine and make that like screaming noise that they make from those twin ion engines. So that was really cool. And then his fifth question was the condition of the books. How much does condition matter? And my question on that is, I don't have a one-size-fits-all answer for it, but I do look at the cost and the desirability of the book, how much I want it. If it's something that I really, really want, but it's just, depending on the grade or the condition, it's a little bit more than I can afford or, willing to spend on it, then I'm willing to come down a little bit on the condition to get into, something maybe in the mid-range or something, just because I really want that book as part of my collection. And maybe from there, like, trade up later or something to a different grade on the book. But it really all comes down to that desirability versus cost ratio. So, taking those things into account is always something I'm doing there. So there you go. Hope that is good for you. And remember, that's RememberPorkins, great channel. So check him out. The third one and the final one here is going to be for Saul the Comic Fool. His channel is officially The Comic Fool. And he wanted to know my name. My name is Jesse. I think I always say that in my videos, so you should know it by now. If you don't, there you go. Excuse me. And my favorite cover, oh geez. Alright, so I started this video and I forgot to look for a favorite book and everything. One that I really like is the J. Scott Campbell variant for Savage Wolverine. Probably looking at that for, maybe to pick up tomorrow or something. And because it's something I'm looking to get right now, I really like that cover. Go check it out. So I'm going to pick that one as my favorite. But that's what I got for you. I got my contest update. Please enter that. You probably have, I'm going to push it out towards, I think the middle of, no, I'm going to go to the end of May. So that's the deadline. End of May, like Memorial Day weekend. Let's do that. And go check out all the people who subbed to, or who entered my contest, and then check out Eddie the Comic Guy. Go check out RememberPorkins, and go check out The Comic Fool as well. All great channels all around, and I'm happy to have those people enter mine, and I'm happy to be entering these as well. But this is Jesse with JLSComics, and I will see you guys soon.